I know it's not easy talking to parents all the time.
Right, yeah, I would say maybe just the way she goes about it, the right area, that makes it definitely easier. You do it at the right time, at the right moment.
Thank you guys so much. I love that. I love it. Okay, you guys ready? Keep chatting. Okay, you guys ready for the second scenario? We're going to be talking about crisis support, okay? And I want you guys to meet Milan. Is that right? Milan, excellent. And Lorraine. Hello, gorgeous. Okay. So Milan is a college student, and she's dealing with anxious thoughts, some insecurity, and self-image in this role play, okay? What we want to look at is how does Lorraine support her while she's experiencing any mental health crises? And how does Milan cope and connect with Lorraine for help? Okay, so let's pay attention as they get into this role play.
Okay, so we normally do this a lot of times on FaceTime because she's not in my house anymore, so we're kind of gonna role play as though we're on FaceTime and not just sitting in front of each other.
Hey, Mommy, I am really struggling right now, and I'm not really sure why or what to do about it.
Oh, my sweet girl, it's okay. It's all right. Are you safe?
I am safe.
You're safe? Are you by yourself?
I am by myself.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, I'm glad you called. I'm here. Okay. Do you want me to talk or do you want me to listen? How can I help you?
Both. I've been really stressed lately, and I've been feeling really irritable and tired, and like I've been overworking myself, and
Yeah.
I know that I have the coping skills, I just don't know where to pick from it right now.
Okay, well, that's okay. It's understandable. You can have your tools and not always know how to use them or remember how to use them, but that's okay. We can dig back in. Do you have any idea maybe what is something triggering you, or is it just the irritability?
I haven't been taking my medicine as consistently as I could be.
Okay.
I could eat a little bit more.
Okay, all right, okay, well, that's understandable. And you know that those are the things sometimes that can send you down that path, So it's okay, it's good that you're recognizing them, okay? And it's okay that sometimes we get off the path, okay? So what do you think you can do to kind of get back on that path? Is there something that you can, do to remind yourself to take the medicine, or do you need some support in that area?
I would love some support in that.
Okay, you're gonna have to, or kind of help guide me how I can help you.
Of course.
So just what, maybe if you want reminders, or if you want to be able to call me, or just whatever you're gonna have to figure out, and then I can support you because it's gonna be what works for you.
Okay. Around lunchtime, it'd be nice if you could reach out to me sometimes and maybe send me a reminder about that.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
I could do that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Is there anything else in your toolbox that you have that that can help you kind of woo-saw today and decompress? Is there something that you want to turn to?
I'm gonna journal. I think it'd be nice to journal.
Okay. I like that. Journaling's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I like that. Is there anything else you need from me, or you want to,
I feel better. I feel better.
You feel better? Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Aww. All right, so I want to start by asking you all, who initiated the conversation? Let's see how well you were paying attention. Raise your hand if you got it. We're walking around. Milan. And how did she initiate the conversation?
She said she had trouble.
So she said she had trouble. Now, did she pick up the phone and she called her? Did she walk into the room? How did she initiate?
I think her mother called her and she opened up to her instantly, which was remarkable.
All right. Is that how everybody remembers that? Okay. I want you to be aware of technology, right? What they showed is something that's very important, especially we're talking about youth, we're talking about age, right? You heard some folks talk about Facebook. I'm probably one of the oldest folks. I got you beat. We'll do Hotmail. I'm just going to collect chips, right? I still got it. She said, hallelujah, do they still have it? Yeah, they call me every 2 weeks and go, we really want to let this go. I say, no, you're not going to do it, okay? But I want you to be reminded that technology is different and the youth use their technology differently. I have some older folks who, when their kids want to text them, they go, you better not text me. You better pick up a phone and call. And you miss the opportunity to meet that child where they are, in a place that is comfortable for them. So when they come to you, receive them. Right? Mom said, oh, she's on the phone. She didn't say, why are you FaceTiming me? Right? Embrace the technology. As it relates to support, tell me, what did the support look like as Mom was offering support? What stood out to you in your mind about the way that she was supporting her?
It's one of the things that stood out was Mom asked, do you want me to talk or do you want me to listen? Which is very important.
Mm-hmm. What else did you guys hear?
What I saw was that you were validating her feelings with your tone of voice, eye contact, just your overall well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So very helpful.
Is it? Hear that. Did Mom say, okay, so let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do this, and then I want you to do this, and I'm going to call you. How did Mom handle getting her to where she needed to be?
She really allowed Milan to use the toolboxes things that she had in her toolbox to pull from. So she kept reassuring her, okay, well, what else can you pull from? What else can you pull from, so that she feels empowered?
That is a great point. And the reason why it's a great point is because sometimes when we tell people what to do, we don't know if they have the ability to do that. We're telling them based upon our knowledge, our coping skills, and our experience. So when you go, well, why don't you just do this? And you know what you really should try? And I think that if you just do this, you'll be okay. We don't know if they have the know-how, the resources, the motivation, or the emotional bandwidth to even do those things, right? Okay, excellent, excellent. Let me ask you, Mom, I want to know, how do you refrain or just kind of maintain your composure? Because that's one of the things that you did real well. Your daughter calls you and she tells you, I'm having a meltdown, I'm not well, not taking my medication, and you're all the way, she's not coming home to you. How do you make sure that you don't overreact to the crises that she's experiencing in her life?
Well, it's twofold. One is, it's my baby, it's my girl, and she needs me. So I got to be there, So that just kind of happens, and then I think sustaining that, educating myself on what's going on with her, and how to handle it. Therapy, parent classes. We've done parent classes, my husband and I, which were so helpful. So just understanding what's going on, educating myself, and then self-care. Being in a place, where I'm okay, so I can be okay for her too, for myself, but also for her. And, taking that time to fall apart somewhere else, and that's okay too, So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that also was very important in there is her hearing, I love you. Right? I'm here for you. I love you. And especially in communities of color, especially where there is a lot of trauma or struggle, we forget how important the words are. Right? So many of us say, yeah, I know my parents love me. They don't tell me though. Right? Or I know that they love me, but they don't hug me. Well, how do you know that they love you? Because they kept a roof over my head, they kept food in my belly, so I just have to know. But hearing it, does that do anything for you to know that your mom is there in that way?
Of course. It's beautiful. It's amazing. She's very good at validating me. I love it.
Can you share with us, if you would be so gracious, can you share what made you so comfortable in order to be able to start having these kind of conversations with your mom?
So back to kind of what she was saying, we've taken a lot of classes, she's read a lot of books, I've done a lot of therapy. It definitely took us a minute to get to this point. You know, growing up a teenager, used to be a little bit more dramatic. I had my moments, everybody, my whole family, we've all had our moments, but I'd honestly probably say getting older. Yeah.
It's been a learning experience. I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
That this was not what we looked like in the beginning.
Come on. Come
Years
on.
ago,
It was not this easy.
I had no idea. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know until you learn and you grow. And validation was one of the biggest game changers for us, I think. When I learned to validate, and that validation is not saying, you know, if she says, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that I agree with it, but that I understand why you feel that way, or your feelings are okay. Like, that was a game changer, instead of trying to make her feel change how she feels or whatever. But it's a process, a learning and growing process.
I think that is one of the biggest gifts. If you guys don't hear anything else, that it's a learning process. We have not learned how to deal with mental health and wellness. And so that's what I mean, that the youth are having a different experience. And so I want you to understand something. I want you to understand that we come from people who were not able to deal with their experiences or their mental health and wellness. I often tell my clients, feelings are things that are luxuries that our ancestors did not get to have. Because if they actually touched the anxiety or the depression or the stress, the post-traumatic stress disorder of the experiences that they were having, it would have killed them. They would have been overwhelmed. They would have had all kind of psychotic episodes and everything else. And for many of our ancestors, they had mental health issues, but they didn't have the luxury of being able to deal with it, right? How they got that was either with the whip, or with digits being cut off, or anything else that brought them back to, you better focus on the task at hand, which is surviving this experience. And so I want you guys to understand that we have to learn how to deal with mental health and wellness. We have to learn how to deal with feelings. And in the words of my illustrious colleague, Resma Minikim, I think it's so important. He says that trauma decontextualized, right, when you don't know what you're looking at, trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. Trauma decontextualized, when you don't know what you're experiencing, when you don't know what the person is feeling, the behaviors are symptoms. Trauma decontextualized within a person looks like personality. Within a family, looks like family traits. And within a people, looks like culture.
Wow.
Come on. Not mine, Resma. I'll give them, okay? But I want you to contextualize that as we start to think about ourselves and our families and the people that we're taking care of. And then it all starts to make sense. Okay? Thank you.